Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Evolutionary Astrology meeting with me, Ivar Kristoffersson. I want to present Quantum Astrology, and I'm very honored to be here with you and to share this information, and I hope to be able to inspire you to search for yourself in this field. I'm very thankful also to Linda. She will help me with some slides. And she made this beautiful start slide, the design. It's a lot of energy, and of course it will be about energy today. I'm 63 years old. I live in Sweden. I have two daughters. One is 37, one is 6, Stella. She's sleeping in the room in here. And I have two grandchildren. I work as a teacher in mathematics and physics. And I've been interested in astrology since mid-80s. I've been 3 years with Kai Pacha in New Paradigm Community. And now I'm doing Quantum Astrology. If you have any question, please just ask. I will do some breaks, and I will introduce Quantum Astrology as a combination of evolutionary astrology and quantum physics. That's the essence. I will use myself as an example, because my intention in this life is to know myself. My soul. And I'm thankful also for the links you sent me, Linda, with Jeffrey Wolf Green, the planetary nodes. It was wonderful videos. I recommend all to listen to those on YouTube. Quantum astrology started by Meru Matu in the 23rd of December last year, and she has a channel on YouTube, Sun Soul Astrology. I found it in February, and I'm really living with it now. It's so beautiful. I hope to be able to share that in this presentation. Of course, this is my presentation, my filter, so you have to do it your way, and I know you will do it as you are astrologers. If I start with energy, everything is energy. You know that. We call it love, we call it source, we call it oneness. And in physics, we just now knows that 5% is matter, what we can see and measure. 5% of the total universe energy is matter. The rest we doesn't know anything about. And therefore we call it dark matter or dark energy, and dark energy. The rest, the 95%. We call it dark because we don't have a clue what it is. This makes a new sense for the transformation of dark to light, to know more knowledge. And self-knowledge is a key parameter here for us. We can say when we go quantum, we expand the astrology to the whole universe, both the micro and the macro. And we bring in all dimensions and all timelines in the astrology. I will try to show that in the charts later. And of course it's mathematics behind, but I don't have time today to do that. We have a unified theory by Nassim Haramein, and he has made it mathematically. and you have sacred geometry behind, etc. And he describes universe as a donut. I don't know. Can you see this? I brought a donut to show.
Yes.
You can see it. Thank you. It's a Taurus, you see, and the energy flows inward like this and the other way upward. So there's a duality here also, a polarity duality in this one. And it's flowing around here, everywhere in the universe. Yeah, Linda, if you can bring in the event chart I want to connect with today's energies a little quickly, if you can bring that in. And as you know, today we have Sun at nearly 15 degrees of Cancer and an opposition with Pluto in Capricorn. Very important, this axis, Cancer-Capricorn axis. We have Mars in conjunction with the Sun here. And we have Moon in Sagittarius in conjunction with Saturn. And Saturn is at the galactic center. The galactic center is the big black hole in the middle of Milky Way. And this galactic center is transmitting the code that give us our holographic reality. And just now, Saturn is updated, reprogrammed by this conjunction with the galactic center. And Saturn, as you know, goes forward and then comes back retrograde, as it is just now. And soon it will turn again and go forward. So it's going 3 times over this galactic center. It's at 26 degrees of Sagittarius. And it will do this year, 2017, is the reprogramming. And it's every 28, 29 year. And the last time this happened was 1988. And after that, I was very spiritual in a project at that time also. But after that, the Berlin Wall fall, you know, the opening between East and West, the connection, we still have it in some way, but it's not, it was really so close before this polarity. And also 1989, the language for internet was invented by a physicist in CERN, etc. So Saturn is affected right now, and you see this connection with the moon is magic today, the emotional world, the inner world coming here. And Saturn is, of course, our discipline and our integrity, spiritual integrity, as it's in Sagittarius. Sun, Pluto, this opposition here, it's also Mars-Pluto opposition. And there's a hidden theme here, and that's Scorpio, because Mars and Pluto is the rulers of Scorpio. And it's also the god, Egyptian god Osiris, is the king of the underworld, of the Scorpio energy. And Isis, the queen, the old Egypt queen, she is attached, she is from Sirius. And Sirius is just now in direct conjunction with our sun. You see a small mark at the Cancer sign there. Sirius is at 14 degrees 30 minutes something, and we now have nearly 15 degrees here. So we have a connection with the fixed star Sirius. This theme between Cancer and Capricorn, I had the pleasure to attend to Jason Holly and his presentation about the cut that has been made between the Cancer, the nurturing, the emotional world, and the Capricorn, the life, the reality we live now. And that the old Sumerian believed in a flow of water from Cancer to Capricorn. And I really is in the same direction. We need to open up this to in fact, the archetype of the sign needs to be renewed, and it is by the work we do in ourselves. It's all an inner work we do. Linda, if you can bring me back again. This was just a short introduction to see the energies and to introduce the Osiris, Isis legions for you. The quantum, do you have any question just now? No, I continue. Then, quantum astrology, we call it the connection with the quantum physics. And we defined the quantum room as Aquarius. That's everything. And it's the energy room, it's everything. And Pisces is the quantum spirit. And it's also quantum room, then is Uranus and the 11th house. And persons who talk about quantum physics, you can check Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza. And we also have quantum biology. That's Bruce Lipton. He's very good at presenting that one, that the perception we have is making everything for our bodies and for our health, for example. And I had an experience I can share. I had a very bad sciatica. I had a pain in the right hip, the left brain, the right hip, my logical side. And it's for 9 months from June last year to March this year. But then I got so tired about it. So I thought I need to practice what I study and what I learn. So I decided not going to the pain, detach from the unhealthy. In feeling, in thoughts, be healthy. Be caring, healthy of myself. And the pain was gone in 2 days. Totally gone. And I've been in severe pain for 9 months. So it's up here, the brain and the heart, especially the brain, the mind, making up our diseases, making up our reality. And the quantum biology, it's in the astrology, symbolized by Virgo and the 6th house, the ultimate healer. I want to explain a little about frequency. We have frequency, we have vibrations. You have heard that, everything is vibration, energy. Energy vibrates, and about 1 vibration per second is the unit here. And when we have a low vibration, we have a dense material world. And when we have a very high vibration, we have a light world. And it's important that it's non-judgmental. We have darkness, we have light, we have low frequency, we have high frequency. But we are not judging it. We are observing it. And that's hard to not judge it, but it's important to not do that. As you know, most of humanity live in the consensus state, the mechanical state, and only 20% in individuated state and 5% in the spiritual state. So we have a very dense world, and you know now that we are on a really big crossroad for this reality. I can't see myself, Linda.
I'm sorry, we can see you.
That's okay. I can see my little screen there, it's okay. We are on a very, very big crossroad, really big for humanity here. And you can see that in the planetary nodes that Linda here, I noted when I searched for Jeffrey Wolf Green that Linda is the most expert in this field. So I'm only doing a little planetary nodes today, Linda. Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter all will conjunct with the south node of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn here. And Pluto just now is in conjunction with the south node, planetary south node of Pluto at 20 degrees of Capricorn. And the polarity is the north node of Pluto in Cancer. So we have this transformation from the patriarchy to the caring, loving Cancer energy with the nature laws given by Sagittarius. So this is a really big one. Of course, it's the start of the age of Aquarius. Quantum computers, I don't know if you have heard about that. I've heard some rumors that Google has one working. A quantum computer is an extremely powerful computer that really you can't even think how powerful it is. And in fact, we have quantum computer in our brain and heart and body. When we link together, we have this ability in ourselves. And now is the time to do this inner work and to do this connection. And quantum astrology is built also by this, that the quantum physics, that the observer makes the reality. We mirror back our frequency, our vibration. It's like this, we have an infinite possibilities of waves in the source, and then the quantum computer, the brain and the heart, breaks this wave, observe, and this makes your reality and mine. So you are the source, inwardly the source for your own reality. This is really huge, because then, of course, if you change your inner, the outer will change, but you need to change it emotionally, the vibrationally. Emotions is energy in motion. You need to change your emotions and together with your thoughts. Thoughts are also energy, but it's not enough to change your thoughts. You need to have the whole vibrational system working for you, and then when you break that, you make a quantum leap. Then immediately you will have the mirror back for health, for example, as in my example. So this breaks down the old that we need to suffer, and then it has to take time, etc. No, it doesn't have to. Time is only here in our third dimension. It's only here on Earth and perhaps other planets with third dimension that we have time. In other dimensions, there are up to 12, we are building the 13 now. In other dimension, everything is now. You have heard, for example, Eckhart Tolle talk about the present moment. Yeah, most of the teachers do that. And that's because in oneness, when we connect with other dimensions, the past, present, and future is now. And this means that if we want, we can make timeline jumps back in time or to the future. We can go between dimensions. And this means also that we now, in this important time of the shift of the Earth, are able to refine the timeline of the Atlantis fall, of the great flooding that destroyed Atlantis. And if I describe Atlantis, it was several 100,000 of years of high matriarchal culture on Earth. Not everyone was priestesses, but it was a matriarchy and worked a lot with crystals. And it ended around 10,000 before Christ, 10,500, 11,000 BC. Then there was a catastrophe because they used the crystal in the wrong way for wars, some of them. And the ice age ended, and there was a great flooding, and the sea level went up around 400 meters or something. Perhaps not 400, but several hundred meters. And if you want to check this up, you can check on YouTube for Graham Hancock. Graham Hancock, he has made several wonderful videos about the lost civilizations and about the fingerprint of gods is two of his, Graham Hancock. And they are now finding this old civilization Atlantis, not only in the Atlantic Ocean, but everywhere on Earth. And I realized some months ago, these gods that I talked about, you have heard of those, Osiris, Isis, and Thoth. Thoth, that's Hermes, Mercury. They were real persons, but very evolved persons from Atlantis, coming from that flooding. And there's all cultures on Earth have this description. Persons coming from the great flooding, like Noah's Ark you have heard of, and being gods in Central America, South America, and Egypt, and Asia. And so these were real persons. Osiris and Isis. Osiris was cut down 40 pieces by his brother Set in the myth, but I believe it was real, like the Christ life. And Isis put those, she got very angry and she put those pieces back, and they made love and had a son, Horus. And then Osiris went around the world over Hades, and so on. So it's fascinating that we now in this moment has the ability to adjust the timeline from Earth for Earth, and also therefore also for the universe. One thing with quantum astrology is that we try to go for a higher octave. You can see the duality here. You can have a more lower vibration, a more lower interpretation, or a higher. We always try to go for the higher. I can show that in examples later. And perhaps we can start with my natal chart, Linda. Do you have any questions now, those who listen to this? I'm very thankful for being able to be here. It's what I'm living for, to learn about myself and to learn. Astrology has really showed its power, and I hope I can show that more now. Here's my birth chart. You can see the sun and moon, exactly 9 degrees between them in the early Gemini. And there's a lot of Cancer, 6 energy points in Cancer. And the opposite Capricorn is also, the North Node is in Capricorn there, 15 degrees. You note we just now have the Sun at 15 degrees of Cancer. Linda selected this moment, didn't you, Linda?
Sorry, what was that question?
Didn't you select this moment for this evening?
Well, I guess I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you see how correlated it is here. Sun is at 15 degrees of Cancer. It's with Sirius, the fixed star Sirius. And my South Node is there. And my North Node is at 15 degrees of Capricorn, and that's the fixed star Vega. Okay. I have my ascendant in Libra, and you see all my houses are at 0, 0, 0 degrees, and I have a very secure knowing of my birth time. So it's special, and it's flip-flopped. And what I've learned is that the Gemini in this flip-flop chart has really made me to search for approval the whole life until some years ago, or really this spring, I really stepped out of that. It has been adjustment and this extreme Cancer energy also. To be a male in this society with this Cancer energy is not easy. I can tell you by experience. It's not easy. I can laugh about it now because I'm more detached, but it has been, yeah, I shouldn't say that loud, but you understand. I can't tell you everything. I don't want to tell you everything, but I just want to share that it has been a lot of crying, a lot of evolution, a lot of challenges in this life, especially with my relationships. So now I cultivate the relationship with myself and my soul purpose. And I have my wonderful child, and you see my Pluto is in 11th house, 22 degrees of Leo. And the Pluto polarity point is in Aquarius, of course, then. And I love children. It has been so easy for me to take care of children. I'm like a big mother, really. I've been this flip-flop individuated state also, being more mother than father. But now I'm both. Now I'm spiritual, so now I'm both divine and divine masculine and divine feminine. You see direct opposition between Venus and Mars also. And all this has made me learn a lot about duality and polarities. And in Quantum Astrology, we see Gemini as the quantum connector. And Gemini is for many people hard to understand. It's, flexible air, and it's an energy that seems so, party. I love party, to have fun too. That's a pleasure in itself, but also can be liars, etc., cheaters. But the higher octave is to interconnect between heaven and earth, between spirit and body. To do this interconnection inside us, to connect us. And the duality is perfect for this. And the Orion's belt is here, where the pyramid of Giza, the King's Chamber, the Osiris Chamber, is pointing to the Orion's belt. It's here. Just to show this important, to transmute, to alchemy, dark to light, hate to love, to find the middle way, to find the center. And if it's something we need now, so is it to refine this patriarchy and to find the center between Cancer and Capricorn. And Gemini is very good at finding this interconnection here. Yeah. see if I want to ask if you have heard about inside degree? It's like Sabian symbols. I want to read for you the 22 degrees of Aquarius because that's important to understand. And inside degrees, it's a tip from me. It's very good. It's made by Elias Lonsdale. And it's built from Dane Rudya's Sabian symbols, Mark Edmund Jones' Sabian symbols, and John Sandwich Chandra's symbols. And Aquarius 22 degrees, my Pluto polarity point in evolutionary astrology. A woman making lace. Withheld from personality spotlight to your intrinsic fine things matters and being more somebody does not. A highly distinctive form of service keyed to a slow, steady inward sensibility. Very little connection with the here and now. Eternal foundations, needing to be humble, sober, and plain in order to best be transparent and effective. You are remarkably detached from your own reputation and outward impression, dreaming new worlds into being, cast loose on an infinite sea, yet being circumspect, quiet, and not particularly noticeable. A super subtle edge between poverty and richness, surface and depth, knowing your way in the dark, and intent upon completing each task and carrying it through. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's my Pluto polarity point, and that was a lot of dualities there and knowing your way in the dark, etc. So if you, Linda, can share the progress chart. Sorry, I don't have a clock. Do you have the clock, Linda?
Ivar, we have about 25 minutes left.
Okay, then I make it quick. It always takes more. I'm a teacher, but it always takes more time than you think. The progress chart, then I concentrate on the main symbols here. Sun at 9 Leo, and the progress is there, the energy just now. If you evolve in your evolution inside, you can apply this progress chart after 35, 40 years something. And I believe I can it now when I'm 63. It's taken time. Sun at 9 degrees of Leo, and Moon in connection with Venus in Virgo there, the quantum biology room. And thankfully the Moon is more detached now. Pluto is in 24 degrees of Leo, and I want to talk more later. Ascendant has been to 10 degrees of Scorpio, so I'm now revealing the secrets. I want to show you some very interesting point here. The 24 degrees of Leo, Pluto. My natal was 22 degrees. Of course, Pluto moved, the outer planets move very slowly in your progress chart. The Sun moves 1 degree per year. So if you please share, Linda, the draconic chart. The draconic chart is the chart of my soul. And you take the north node of my natal chart and move it to 0 point of Aries, to the start point. And there, in that, you see my sun, my draconic sun, my soul sun is at 24 degrees of Leo. Where my natal Pluto, and especially my progressed Pluto, is. That's great. So I have to read for you the 24 degrees of Leo. from inside degrees. Sunrise over Stonehenge. Immortal stature, undiminished interior presence, a throwback to heroic times and places, character elevated, the universal code upheld. You are stalwart, uncompromising, and even rabid. Vertical understanding and elegance. Exquisite sensibility, nobility, and the core of human nature embodied. You are a subtle undertone of magic and miracle, yet you're often overly quiet, simple, and straight. All goes into the spirit and evocative and moving. Yeah, that's something to integrate really in my life. So that was really an awakening for me when I got this in knowledge in March, April. Then it came more, because if you could go back to, can I change my order a little? You go back to the natal chart, Linda. Yeah. Just now, we have Sun at 15 degrees of Cancer. I mentioned that. And that's the connection with the fixed star Sirius. And for 1.5 months ago, I had an awakening that I am a starseed. I'm here on a mission on Earth for love, peace, understanding, empathy, etc. And if you see, my natal sun is at 9 degrees of Gemini. That's the royal fixed star Aldebaran, the illumination star. The moon is at 0 degrees of Gemini, that the Pleiadians, the Alcoin. The North Node is at 15 degrees of Capricorn. That's the fixed star Vega, the Lyra constellation, the Vegans. Yeah, and I can continue like this. I have some more. I have especially Neptune at 23 degrees, 36 minutes of Libra. That's in connection with Spica, the fixed star Spica, and Taurus. And when I learned this, I learned a lot more about these energies behind here. And it's really fantastic to learn about what I have implied in this life is coming from my past lives at these places. It's really amazing. And it's shown also in the stars. If you, Linda, can please go to the event chart. It's the last change. Thank you There's the event chart. Thank you very much, Linda. It's excellent to have a helping hand here. Here you see, today we have Sun at Sirius, we have Venus at the Pleiades, the Aquarius, the star, the biggest star in the Pleiades, is at 0 degrees of Gemini. We have then, of course, Pluto at Vega there, and we have Uranus at Andromeda. So it's a big star seed activation just now, these days, when you listen to this. And it's seen in the chart also by the Cancer. When we go quantum, we not only take the lineage of quantum, we take the whole universe, the quantum lineage, and that means that those who are from other stars comes in, the quantum lineage. And it's also seen in the South Node today in Aquarius. That's the quantum room. It's speaking about past lives and the origin of some of us here on Earth today. And I want to go back to this Cancer Capricorn and this axis now, because it's so important that we understand the vibrations. And the Cancer is the quantum intuition, emotions, and the quantum lineage. The Capricorn, of course, is the quantum reality and the quantum life part, together with Saturn there. And as I said earlier, it's the vibration that gives us our reality, from inward, as within, so without. I use the taught emerald tablets, the hermetic teachings a lot. Taught is Mercury. Mercury just now, taught is at 1 degree of Leo, communicating, shining. And Osiris and Isis, they are in Taurus and Aries right now. But this vibration that you have, the Cancer vibration, it's our emotional home. And the Scorpio now tells us to go underneath the surface of this world vibration, because it's very hard for a Cancer person, and you all feel the Cancer now because the Sun is in Cancer and Mars. It's very hard in this reality because the ruling vibration is fear. It's very hard to be in this reality for a Cancer person. So therefore, I recommend that detach from the ruling vibration to create your own vibration inside, so you then can create your own reality. But you need to be firm and detached. I made that, I don't watch TV at all, etc. You need to be firm and you will be tested. But it's very rewarding. Then when you have this in place, we can make this flow to Capricorn and make the change in the patriarchy. The patriarchy will not have a chance because Pluto is there, and as I said, the Pluto South Node is there, and the planetary South Node and Saturn planetary South Node is also there at late Capricorn, 23 degrees. So the patriarchy will fall, and hopefully we will learn to bring it all together. And that's the intention for me to do it in my life and to be able to share this knowledge with myself, also to others, as you can do with yourself and with your clients. So that's the important one, to detach from the ruling vibration, because otherwise you will always vibrate and get that back again. Like it's this Chiron wound, always going round, like this. And Chiron is also at 28 degrees in great work here, and Jupiter. I can talk for hours, but I don't have time to do that. So I try to, and I want to point to this in conjunction to Moon and Saturn now from the Sun and Mars. It's the integration from the quantum intuition, emotional Cancer to the quantum higher knowledge of Sagittarius. And it's important that we do this integration because Saturn also gives our reality at the galactic center. And Saturn has softened. We evolve, and so do the planets. The planets and the archetypes are evolving also. So Saturn today is softer than it was only last year. The reality is softening up because of the work we do with Saturn inside and at the galactic center. And we are heading up for a full moon in Capricorn, exactly at 17 degrees, conjunct Pluto. And we have, of course, the great American eclipse, 21st of August, solar eclipse at 28 degrees of Leo. With the North Node there, and you see the North Node, 24 degrees of Leo, and that was the degree for my progressed Sun node, for my draconic Sun, and for my progressed Pluto, natal Pluto, the degree I read, 24 degrees of Leo. And you will see all these connections here. Then you understand that perhaps it's not a coincidence. Not for me, not for you, not for anyone. And my last part, I still don't have a clock. That's annoying. Do you have the time, Linda?
10 to 15 minutes. 10
Oh,
minutes.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's more. Yeah, then I don't need to hurry. I shouldn't hurry, but then I'm a little like that sometimes. I want to end before you can ask questions also with this starseed, because if you don't know your origin, it's also very hard to live, because you have it with you in your body, in your cells. You have the origin. If you don't know, if you are a starseed and don't know that, as I did, it's also difficult in this reality. So this starseed opening has been very, very important for me. It's really giving me a totally new understanding of myself and therefore my reality. Because these star places I talked about, like Spica, Aquarius, it's so much about kindness, love, unconditional love, etc., higher dimensions. And I haven't fit in at all in this because I've been so kind. And this is something that we need to be able to go to the fifth dimension. We need to be in this vibration, the loving vibration. You have the North Node just now at 24 degrees of Leo, speaking about unconditional love from your heart. So I recommend that you can use starseed you can investigate it, or you can take a reading with me or with others to see if you feel that you are from another origin, if you are not really familiar with this world. It can be a really important thing. And in Jeffrey Wolf Green's Planetary Nodes Part 1, he spoke about this, 1994 or 5 in Holland. He spoke about the evolution that could come in 15, 20 years, about an awakening of star beings here on Earth. And it's here now. We are here together and we share it. And it's a pleasure to be here. And I thank you for listening to this presentation. And I hope you have questions about this quantum astrology. I give my perception, you have yours, so you see it's evolving. So Linda, if anyone have questions?
Yes, please go ahead. Just unmute yourself and speak.
Hi, Ivar. This is Sarah West. Thank you for your presentation.
Hello, I can't nearly hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Oh, it's very low, but I can try.
Okay. I'm curious, how did you come across quantum astrology with all the other astrology out there? What was your first kind of connection to it?
My first connection was that it came up on my search in internet, in my flow. It came up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
and I resisted it first for some week, but then it came up again, and then I have learned to notice the the numbers that come. It's coming to you,
yeah.
the messages.
Who was
So
your first teacher of the
my first teacher in astrology, in quantum astrology, it's founded by Matu. What I know, she has this channel YouTube, Sun Soul Astrology. I think she is the first one with quantum astrology.
Oh,
And
thank you.
perhaps I'm the second one, I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone more?
And also Ivar Kristoffersson. Are
Hello?
you also quantum, like physics, math teacher?
Yeah, I am. So it's really amazing because in my earlier part of this life, from 85, I studied astrology, but more in secret. But because in the consensus state, they don't like this at all. It's a really open. To be open with this is so big for me because it has been so hidden and so judgmental and so punishing, especially here in Sweden, of this theoric knowledge. And I'm so happy to be able to be open with this, even the starseed knowledge, as you understand. So this is a big time for me, connecting my both twins together, my work and my inner life.
Great. Yeah, go ahead, Wanda.
Oh, I just wanted to know, you mentioned Osiris and Iris and Isis, and I was just wondering why those two. How does that? I guess I'm just confused as far as all of the asteroids and things like that. Why those two? What is the significance of those two asteroids?
Yeah, for me it's because it's coming up in me this about Egypt, the pyramids, and the age of Leo. And you can see I have a Pluto in Leo, that you should search for the age of Leo. And that was when the pyramid was built. And then at that time, Osiris and Isis was the king and the queen, the king of the underworld and the queen of the world. And in fact, in my life, I had a boat named Osiris and Isis in the late 80s, a small wooden boat that I preferred to sail with. My wife at that time named it, and I was interested in that one. So it's personal, but I believe for me, they are important. The thought, the Hermes, he's the founder of astrology. And the Emerald tablets goes back to 36,000 years back in time, written on stone plates. So there's really ancient knowledge hidden. And I think every one of us has been at those ancient times. We have memories for those times, and I recommend you to search behind. And that's the reason why I use Osiris and Isis so much, because they have been so much in connection with my life. And just now, Osiris, in my progressed chart, is conjunct my midheaven in 0 degrees of Virgo. And Isis is also there, and there is also the fixed star Regulus, the royal fixed star Regulus. So I can't hide from this. So when I see those connections, I dive, I search, I look everywhere in the internet, etc., for information inside myself and outside. And it's a little hard because there's so much dark information, and I sometimes I integrate, but mostly I don't go there because they damage my vibrations. So I'm looking for more secure information. And there are some I can give you if you contact me. And you can search for yourself also.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, any final questions or comments?
Ivar, I was just wondering if you had said 3 degrees Virgo. Is that what you said?
What did you say?
Did you say 3 degrees Virgo? Like, is that your midheaven?
0 degrees of Virgo.
3 degrees Virgo? Is that what you said for
midheaven? The fixed star Regulus is there right now. It has been in Leo and gone over to 0 degrees of Virgo at 2012. And Isis is 3 degrees of Virgo, and Osiris is 29 degrees of Leo.
Because that's my 4th house cusp. So I was just asking, and also I was born with Regulus kind of conjunct my Jupiter in Leo, so that's why I asked.
That's great.
So we have reverse houses, I guess.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
So
my midheaven Pisces. So
yeah, we all have our originality described by the chart, but it's so specific. So it's giving me more and more and more knowledge about myself. And I worked so much with myself earlier with since 80s with emotional freeing of myself in groups, etc. The last 3 years with panache desai. So it's really rewarding to feel more detached and free of all those Cancer density.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ivar. That was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Hope to see
Thank
you.
Thank you for giving me the chance to. I love your community, Linda, or this community. It's as you see in my chart, it's the 9th house knowledge. It's everywhere in my chart. It's so important.
Exactly, especially with that sun moon in Gemini, the interconnector of heaven and earth. That's excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Ivar, thank you from all of us, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, I hope so. And please ask me if you want something on Facebook. Ask.
Certainly.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ivan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ivar.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.